Hello, fellow nonprofiteers. Welcome to episode 2 of What's Good Wednesday. My name is Jamie Dingler, and I will be your host. I'm the owner of What's Good LLC, a nonprofit marketing and fundraising consulting firm located on the midshore of beautiful Maryland. I'm also the author of the itty bitty book of nonprofit fundraising tips for board members from a development director who hates asking people for money. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I was so pleased with the response to episode 1, and it was so great to see people excited about celebrating what's going on that's great in the nonprofit space. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We've got lots to celebrate this week. So first, I'm very excited. Last week, all of our organizations were located in my home state of Maryland. This week, we have a couple of other organizations from outside of Maryland. So already we're growing, which makes me so happy. So welcome for the first time to the Hispanic National Bar Association. They are an incorporated, not-for-profit national membership association that represents the interests of over 78,000 Hispanic attorneys, 18,000 plus law students, and thousands of other legal professionals, including judges, law professors, and legal assistants in the United States and its territories. Since 1972, the HNBA has acted as a force for positive change within the legal profession by creating opportunities for Hispanic lawyers and by helping generations of lawyers to succeed. I'm so excited for them because when I heard from them, they told me that they just had their very first live fundraiser during a gala, and their goal was only $25,000. And within 5 minutes, they had exceeded their goal to raise $35,000. That's so incredible. Congratulations. I think everyone here that's watching that's in fundraising is cheering at the top of their lungs for you. That's a huge feat. And congratulations, and here's to many more successful fundraisers. Next is somebody that we talked about last week, an organization called the J. Noah Skills Academy. They help students gain an understanding of project management tools and their applications in a format that's easily understood through the use of basketball exercises. It's an amazing, amazing program. Very excited to share with you that their founder and facilitator, Jordan Pearlstein, is getting ready to travel to Granada to do some of his project management and basketball programming with the youth program at Elvira's Garden, whose mission is to create a safe and fun space for community engagement with an emphasis being on supporting healthy and well-rounded child development. We wish Jordan all the best of luck on this trip. We hope he'll update us. It sounds like an amazing opportunity to expand his mission and to explore a new place. So congratulations to Jordan and J. Noah. The next one is another organization that we heard from last week, Critchlow Atkins Children's Centers. They provide quality, financially accessible childcare for children and their families in a nurturing, diverse, safe, and enriching environment. Their executive director, Christy Morell, was accepted into the 32nd class of the Leadership Maryland Executive Program, which is amazing. It's such a great honor. Leadership Maryland is a statewide nonprofit that offers professional development programs dedicated to building a better Maryland by harnessing the strength of its business and community leaders. Christy is one of 53 members in the class of 2025. They'll meet for 5 two-day sessions throughout the year and gain a deeper understanding of Maryland's most vital issues. Something else really exciting going on at Critchlow Atkins. I guess they must just be growing up leaders out of the ground there, because one of their site directors, Kiev Colbert, was also accepted into a leadership program. This is Shore Leadership, which is for leaders on the eastern shore of Maryland. And she'll be joining other emerging leaders from across the shore at monthly sessions, which include leadership development, training, and focused discussions on topics of regional interest. And both programs kick off this month. Let's give them a huge round of applause and congratulations. Well done, ladies. Next is a new organization, which I'm so excited that we've got all these new organizations this week. The St. Michael's Farmers Market. It's the only producer-only farmers market in Talbot County, Maryland, and on Maryland's midshore. They're committed to making sure that everything sold at the market is homegrown and handmade within our region by the vendors who sell them, with no item hailing from more than 60 miles away, which is a really incredible thing to do. The market is entering its 28th season, and it's a true farmers market and community meeting place. It also gives back to the community. The St. Michael's Farmers Market doubles SNAP benefits. They also have a gleaning committee that provides fresh local produce to local food pantries. They offer live music, and they give free tent space to local nonprofits so that they can meet the community where they are and teach people about their missions at the farmers market. Let's welcome their brand new market manager, Beth Rhodes. Congratulations on your new position, Beth. And if you live near St. Michael's, mark your calendars because the market opens this Saturday, April 12th, with their famous bell ringing ceremony. So congratulations to the St. Michael's Farmers Market and welcome to What's Good Wednesday. Please keep that great news coming. We've got another organization that shared great news with us last week about the launch of their pop-up boutique. This is Tides of Grace. Their mission is to build a welcoming community centered on kindness, compassion, and support for those in need on the Eastern Shore. They offer monthly outreach events and serve nearly 400 community members every month. Last week, they talked about the launch of their pop-up dress shop, and they wanted to give us an update. In just 5 days, they raised over $4,000. They gave out tons of free dresses and suits, and they also allowed people to pay just $25 for low-cost dresses or suits if people wanted to give a donation. So if you're interested in learning more about that, or if you want to go check it out or support it, there's still 3 weeks to go and thousands of dresses left. They're located in Centerville, Maryland, and you can catch the pop-up dates on their website. It's Tides of Grace, or their Facebook page, again, is Tides of Grace, Inc. So congrats to Tides of Grace. Keep it going. We hope that this continues to be hugely successful. Welcoming another new organization. This is the Waterfowl Festival. They attract people from all over the country, maybe even the world, to our little corner of the world here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Since 1971, the Waterfowl Festival has raised nearly $6 million for conservation and education efforts. Proceeds from the festival support various environmental, art, student scholarships, and cultural initiatives. They ensure that future generations can understand and enjoy the beauty and diversity of waterfowl and their environments. The festival also plays a vital role in supporting the local community, drawing, as I said, visitors from around the country and boosting our regional economy. It's such a great event, and for such a great reason, and this is the reason. Their 2025 Waterfowl Community and Conservation Grant Fund is now open for applications. These grants are supported by proceeds from the Waterfowl Festival, and they offer nonprofits and community entities the chance to receive money for projects and initiatives at the intersection of conservation and community. So if you are in Maryland, Virginia, or Delaware, if you're an organization with a unique project, they encourage you to apply. The 2025 grant cycle began already on April 1st and will continue through July 1st. And grantees will be announced and funds distributed by September of this year. So if you are an organization in Maryland, Virginia, or Delaware working in conservation and you have a unique project, go to waterfowlfestival.org/conservation to learn more and apply. All right, here's another new organization that we're highlighting today. Please say hello to the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. They harness the power of our community to advance health, education, and financial stability. They just hosted the Lower Shore Nonprofit Summit for the 4th year in a row. It's a joint venture by Salisbury University's Institute for Public Affairs and Civic Engagement, the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. It sold out for the 2nd year in a row with 180 nonprofit professionals in attendance. Way to go. That's such an amazing accomplishment. If you're located in this region, you should definitely keep an eye out for that next year and check it out. Something else that they told me about, which is both very exciting and very terrifying in my opinion, is they have an event coming up called Over the Edge for Alice. It's a fundraiser where participants will rappel off the edge of the Ross, which is Salisbury's tallest building. It's 14 stories tall. It's giving me the chills just to think about it. The goal is to generate funds to support neighbors in the area who are ALICE, and ALICE stands for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employment. So it's people who are working but are, just on the verge of poverty. They still can't make ends meet. So this is such a wonderful event, and congratulations on coming up with this insane idea. I think it's going to be a huge success. We can't wait to hear about it next month after the event happens. All right, we have another new organization this month. It's the Midshore Board of Realtors. At the core of their mission is a dedication to education and leadership development. MSBR provides valuable training and hands-on experience, empowering members to serve and lead not only within the industry, but in the broader community. And coming up, they have a fundraiser on June 7th. All the funds go to their down payment program. They have already given out or committed 50 grants to home buyers of $1,000 each. The event, if you want to check it out, it's called Boots, Booze, and Boogie. It's on Saturday, June 7th at the 10 Acre Brewery in Queenstown, Maryland. You can call 410-822-8767 for more information. Traveling outside the state of Maryland again, yay, keep those coming from all over the country, all over the world. We want to hear what's good all over. The New Orleans Museum of Art is the city's oldest fine arts institution. It was opened on December 16th, 1911 with only 9 works of art. Today, the museum hosts an impressive permanent collection of nearly 50,000 artworks. The collection is noted for its extraordinary strengths in French and American art, photography, glass, and African and Japanese works. Continues to expand and grow, making NOMA one of the top art museums in the South. NOMA recently hosted private and public opening celebrations for its newest major exhibition, which is called New African Masquerades, Artistic Innovations and Collaborations. This exhibit was made possible by support from the National Endowment of the Humanities and the National Endowment for the Arts. And it spotlights the work of 4 contemporary artists working in cities across West Africa. Congratulations on the opening of this exhibit. It sounds incredible. In fact, I went to their website and it looks just amazing. So, check out noma.org if you want to learn more about that. And congratulations. And we hope we hear lots more good news coming from New Orleans and NOMA. We've got another great organization here in Maryland called Shore Legal Access. They connect Eastern Shore individuals and families in need of legal representation with volunteer attorneys to ensure that justice truly is for all. It's a great organization. They are very happy today. They are celebrating a couple of really important advocacy wins with the Maryland General Assembly as part of the Clean Slate Maryland Coalition. The Assembly has given final approval to legislation that will allow many more Marylanders to expunge criminal records after completing their sentences. The measure will also require the state to automatically shield from public view records for roughly 175,000 people who were pardoned by Governor Wes Moore last year for minor cannabis convictions. This is a wonderful development. In addition, they've been successful in securing new protections and resources for homeowners facing foreclosure. So, my goodness, well done. That's a huge feat, and thank you for advocating on behalf of Marylanders. So, our final organization this week is the Benedictine School. They support children and adults living with intellectual and developmental disabilities so that they can achieve their greatest potential. They would like to congratulate their Vice President of Children's Services, Julie Hickey, on her nomination as a 2025 Woman to Watch. Julie's been an integral part of the programs and services at Benedictine for 20 years, and the organization feels so lucky to have her as a leader on their team. The care she invests in the staff and students is unmatched. Congratulations to Julie and all the other women to watch. So very exciting. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted your wins for this week. Keep them coming. If you have something that you want to celebrate, email me at wednesday@bewhatsgood.com, and we will make sure that we share your success on next week's show. Another part of the show that I'm really excited about is the opportunity to answer questions that people might have as far as marketing and fundraising that they have going on. I got a great question this week. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this right now. They said, I do an annual fundraiser for our home for the elderly and disabled in honor of the feast of our patron saint in July. It's a matching gift program, so in advance, I solicit pledges from local companies and organizations, especially ones that we have a connection with. This year is going a bit slow. I've written and followed up, but I'm still under my goal. She wanted to know if other people have experienced a decline in this corporate organizational giving recently, and if there are ideas of more effectively soliciting funds or other organizations who might support such a project. So I think a lot of people can relate to this right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, depending on who you're asking, with the stock market being so volatile and things kind of up in the air with the economy. I think a lot of people are kind of sitting back and watching and waiting to see what happens. And so you might have to, as uncomfortable as it is, you might have to sit tight for a little while. I do recommend reaching out to other organizations, but one thing that you can do, your matches don't have to come just from businesses, from foundations. They can also come from some of your top donors. A lot of top donors would love to be approached about leveraging their generosity to inspire other people to give. So I would consider going through your donor database and identifying those people that are really dedicated to your mission and are great advocates for what you do, and that might be willing to put up money towards the match so that they can encourage other people in the community to support your organization. There are also lots of great foundations out there. I know a lot of times we think of the larger foundations, we think of the national foundations, we think of the foundations that are supported by major businesses that are located in our communities. But there are also smaller organizations, family foundations, that are really, their mission is to support organizations in your community. Another thing that I would recommend is reaching out to your local community foundation. Those foundations, a lot of them host donor advised funds, which are kind of similar to a family foundation, but it's more of a charitable giving account where the people who establish it, they have certain charitable focus points in mind, and they have certain types of organizations where they want their money to go. So a lot of the community foundations are hosts to these donor advised funds, and they might be able to find some donor advised funds that are interested in helping fund your mission. So I would reach out to your local community foundation as well. I really hope you found that helpful. Keep your questions coming. Again, send it to Wednesday@BeWhat'sGood. If you have a question for next week's show or any other show coming up, keep your wins coming. Keep your questions coming. Let's keep celebrating together. If you'd like to know where to reach out to me, you can find me again at Wednesday@BeWhat'sGood.com. You can check me out online at, of course, BeWhat'sGood.com. And you can find me on Facebook and YouTube at BeWhat'sGood. And you can also find me at What's Good LLC on LinkedIn. So I hope you'll come and find me and say hello, share your wins, share your celebrations, share your questions. And I will see you back here with lots more to celebrate next week on What's Good Wednesday.